So then we start not to see God in the plants. We don't see God in the wind. We don't see God in the rain. Now we start saying, this wind was from God, this wind from the devil. This rain from God, this rain from the devil. We start separating. Right. But in reality, it's all God's. It's all God. And the presence, you know, he created it, and in the presence of God, Adam was trying to hide from it or trying to do away with it. We can't do away with it. So we're in... Can't escape presence. Can't escape it. God's fingerprints on everything. Everything that lives. Paul, in one of his enlightened moments, in Romans, no, it's not in Romans, it's in Acts. It says, and I might not be able to find it right this minute, but it says that in him we move, live, and have our being. So that means we're in it. And then the fact that we're in God's realm, we're on God's earth. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness of, and then he created us in his image and likeness, which means God lives in us. So there's this, one of the spiritual teachers I listened to, he said, God is all there is. He's in us. And that teaching that they just, you know, what Jesus was giving them just now was trying to show them, us, that we were created like him.
Would you try something for me? I'm going to draw like a stick person on there.
Oh, Lord. Don't get complicated now.
All right, you see the individual there? Mm-hmm. Everything that he is came out of you. Mm-hmm. Every bit of it.
Yep.
There's nothing that he has that did not come out of you.
Right.
And the same with us and God.
Right.
The body and the creator.
Even the stick man, because they came out of me. He said drawing, but it came out of me.
He had his being. He had his being in you.
And because we're all connected, it came out of him. And out of y'all. Because now y'all are perceiving it and looking at it. And the way you see it is out of you.
Amen.
Good illustration. And Jesus was trying to get his guys to see the same thing. But their whole, the premise, the thing that the disciples dwelled on was that we're going to build this kingdom. Because their minds, still a part of their mind was, we're gonna replace this king and build a kingdom. So, but what they didn't understand is that God is not interested, and Jesus being, well, the representative at that time, Jesus was not interested in building a kingdom that we had to set up a whole group of laws just to have order. He was interested in a kingdom that would be born from within, and the order would create itself.
With intelligence, I've heard of intelligence according to circumstance.
Absolutely. And you knowing how you love God, which is all of creation, then you love yourself, which is in that creation, and you love your neighbor as yourself. Out of that, you don't need a whole bunch of laws and stuff. Because if everybody treat each other right and treat the earth right and the atmosphere, that's all you need. And if you know somebody want to sit out under a sycamore tree all day and sing songs, sing them. As long as it ain't hurting us.
It's sacrifice too. Like now I'm sitting in this room present with all the individuals. If I can sit and think of what would be pleasant to us all, I can sit and think of what would be pleasant to me.
Right.
You can sacrifice and give yourself to the whole as one.
Absolutely. So in this lesson today, we're gonna keep off the road. Same thing.
Say love your neighbor yourself.
Love your neighbor yourself.
Amen.
Include myself, and we really do it.
To the best ability we know how. We love ourselves the best, and believe me, we don't do no better by anybody else than we do ourselves. We think we do. We think we treat ourselves special and maybe treat other people bad. It don't work that way. Sooner or later, that if you treat other folk bad, it's coming back around. You do yourself like that too.
Exactly. It's coming out of you. I mean, you're expressing what you're feeling, what you're going through. So if you're being rude and nasty, then you're living a rude and nasty life. You're experiencing rude and nasty, and you're expressing that to people around you.
Right.
So you're already suffering. You're already.
Yeah. That's it. And you give it out, you suffer yourself.
You can't express it unless you're experiencing it.
Absolutely. So we just have different types of love. But
When you see everyone as yourself, it becomes very simple because everyone is you. They all evolve from the same place. Wherever you come from is where I come from. Whatever you come out of is where I come out of. Whatever you're in is what I'm in. We are exactly the same. There are no distinctions except for the ideas that we have, our money, our education, the way we look, our clothes, our background, and all these things that we develop about ourselves. But in essence, we're all exactly the same.
And but therein lies the crux of the matter. It's about development. Because, in this life, a baby is born. You have to teach them how to use the bathroom, clean themselves, eat, all that stuff. They develop it.
Right.
Now, they can develop it in the woods with an animal, but that child, when he grows up, I don't know if many of y'all say Tarzan and all that, that's how they're going to act. Now, and that's fine. I mean, and in certain instances, you may not even care, even if we bring Tarzan into the church. But for the most part, we're going to be uncomfortable, and Tarzan going to be uncomfortable because he's going to feel really alienated, and we're going to feel really uncomfortable with this person back in, their language is ooh, ooh, ah. We'll be like, wait a minute, we got to develop this. So the child, people treat themselves the way that they have developed.
Right.
And we have to love them through it and just say, hey, but there's a better, there may be a little bit more refined way. Now, you can't drag folks into it. If they feel like that's the best for them, so be it. I'm learning at this point, that's where you want to be, you're not going to be. I'm telling you, when people like hanging with shooters, banging, drive-by, all that, unless they are uncomfortable within them.